You mean everything to me because I know you mean everything to Christ. And Christ means everything to me. And I called on the Lord. I said, that Father, this is real. Will you watch over me? Will you raise them up to be strong? I'm just a man with flesh. This is what you call for in your scriptures. You said they wore studs and fringes, they got it on. You said they follow the law, they doing it. You said under your house shine, they ought to love one another. And they doing it.
We're in front of the Israeli School, Universal Practical Knowledge, the Philadelphia Division, here at 3226 Cheltenham Avenue in Philadelphia. We're standing in front of the school right now, getting a description of the 12 tribe sign that's been painted by one of the brothers that was in the school: Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. Those are the 12 tribes of Israel.
Shalom. Shalom. You've been waiting for this day, so this day has finally come. A lot of you have been wondering where this knowledge that you've been hearing is coming from, and the powerful truth that you've been hearing, how this was established. Well, we finally were able to arrange for the priests to come down from New York and spend some time with us. And I'd like to introduce them if I can. These are some great brothers. We're very glad to have them with us. We want to make them feel as warm as possible, because this is their work and the extension of their work and what they've laid down some time ago. I'd like to introduce, first of all, priest and Sixth Shield General, 4th in command in the nation of Israel, Lahab. I'd like to salute this brother. Macho. Barak. Yeshabim, which means sit. And I'm going to turn it over now to Priest General Lahab.
Water, brother. I'd like to say this, starting off, we're very impressed at your school here, and we're very impressed to see that the brothers and sisters in Philadelphia think enough of the Most High and the Bible and the truth and your nationality to be a part of this, because most of the brothers and sisters are running from the truth.
Shalom, Israel. It's time to come get your full dose of truth for the week. You got Mondays, history class, taught by Officer 500 Shariwan and Officer 500 Ahabawan. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday, you got Word to the Unwise podcast from 6 to 7 p.m. Followed by the main event, Captain and Priest Hadarya teaching scripture breakdown, the Bible like you never heard it before. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. Wednesday, we got Priest and Officer 1000 Awaja teaching you all about the law. Tune in. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, you got myself, Priest and Officer 5000 Kazak Moth, joined by Priest and Officer 500 Barak Yah, teaching you the Brotherhood class from 5 to 7 p.m. Friday, learn to speak in the Holy Tongue, the Lashawan Kodash class, taught by Officer 1000, Qatar. 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Barakatah to the Akim. Shalom, Yahweh Shemar Alatah. Hashem Yahweh Shah to the Aqua. Once again, this is the Detroit Isupk Law Class. I am Officer of 1000, Awaja. And to my right is, again, a man that needs no introduction throughout all of Israel, man. A mighty soldier in this truth, my Ottawa, Officer of 1000 Mashah. Right?
Shalom, Israel.
So today, before we actually jump into the topic, let me do a sound check right quick to make sure we sounding good.
If you can hear us all right, give us a 1 in the chat. Give us a 1. Okay. Sound like we coming through pretty good.
Yeah. We to walk. All right. So we're good. So about literally 1 minute before we started, we got a call about, is the law done away with? Is the law done away with?
Come.
Which let me say this. I don't understand, like, why at a time like today we would even be having this type of a discussion. When you look at the condition of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans inside of this country, we've tried everything else but keeping the law, and because of that, it has destroyed us. So just by process of elimination, as far as what would work for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it just seems like following the laws of the Lord should be something we should try, since everything else has failed. Everything else has failed. From going back as far as Marcus Garvey all the way up to Black Lives Matter, nothing has worked for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans inside of this kingdom. All right?
So what we're going to do, if it go a little longer than what we expect, that'll be all right too. But we're going to start with Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 5. And we're going to pick it up at the 17th verse. Now, if you're listening, we do want you to do is like, share, and subscribe. Okay, make sure you share this with everybody in your family if you love them. I'm going to say it like that. If you love them, right? Why? Because the worst thing they could have done, they raised you up in it. That's called Christianity. And that's why most of us don't know a damn thing about what the Bible said. Yeah, it's only one way, one reason that I or a white guy can just say, okay, we're going to start right here since they asked this question. That's because we sat down up under men better than ourselves.
Damn right.
Better than ourselves. Who learned under men they sat down under that was better than them. And that goes all the way up to Commandant General Yohana. And we learned these scriptures and what they mean. Pick it up at Matthew 5, start at verse 17. I want you to pay attention because the Christian church teaches this is one of their mainstay ideologues, I guess you could say. That's a good word for it. This is one of their ideas. This is their doctrine that since Jesus, they called him Jesus, since Yahushua, who they call Jesus Christ, died on the cross, him dying on the cross did away with the law. Now, if you heard that, give me a 2 in the chat. If you've ever been heard that from a Christian church, that because Jesus died on the cross, the law was done away with, give me a 2. And if you got a Christian member of your family that's running around spouting that same thing because you turn on and listen to the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and because we insist that you keep the law.
No, the Lord insists.
The Most High insists. We say what the Most High say.
Yeah, right.
I see that. Who that in? Oh, let me look. Let me look on my thing. I got the chat raised up on it too. Who that?
Okay, sir.
All right. I see it too. Okay. Nasha, you're absolutely correct. Okay. And I see Sister Carolyn. I see you've heard that before too. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna read scripture. Let's see if the Bible teaches us that the law as outlined in the Bible is done away with. Okay?
All right.
And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna agree with the Bible. Whatever the Bible says, that's what we're gonna agree with. If the Bible says it's been done away with, we'll agree with that. But if the Bible says it has not been done away with, y'all know we're gonna keep standing on what we stand.
Yeah, I'm right, sir.
Matthew 5:17. Read what you got.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Think not.
Let me stop right there. Let me stop you right there.
By all means, sir.
When you look at that, if you happen to have what's called a red letter edition Bible, will that happen to be written in red? Was that written in red in your Bible? Okay.
It's written in red.
Okay, so that means that these are the words of Jesus Christ himself, of Yahushua himself. This is not one of the apostles saying Jesus said. This is not one of them. This ain't Mary. This ain't Joseph. This ain't somebody who happened to hear about him. This is Yahushua HaMashiach himself. This is Jesus Christ himself. And he says, do what?
Think not.
Now, what do that mean? What do that mean when he says think not? Y'all, here's another thing wrong with the Christian church. They think they try to teach you, or they teach you that this book is something that you cannot understand.
Right.
Now, I'm gonna explain it to you like this. This book is based on nigger talk. It's based on, the proper word is ebonics. It's ebonics. All right.
It is.
And let me show you how this think not relates back to how niggas talk. How we talk, okay? Say you got a son or a daughter. They're about 10 years old, right? And you know they want something from the store that you told them they cannot have. And you know they don't have any money to go get it, right? But you left your wallet on the table or your purse on the table, and you look like you taking a nap in the easy chair, in the lazy boy.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear some little feet going across the floor, right? And you open one eye, and you see them looking at your purse or looking at your wallet. What are you going to tell them? Do this sound familiar? Don't even think about it.
Think about it.
Uh-huh. Am I right?
Don't get that thought in your head.
What did Yahushua say?
Think not.
He means don't even think about it. Go ahead.
So I was just gonna say, don't even get that thought in your head.
Don't even let that come in your head. You're right. You're absolutely right. Keep reading. What thought don't he want you to get in your head? Read.
Think not that I come to destroy the law.
Stop. That should be in the conversation. That should be end of conversation.
It's called the knockout punch.
That's a knockout punch. Fight lasted 30 seconds.
All of 30 seconds.
All of 30 seconds, just so we can explain what think not think about. Okay. But here's the deal. He's saying, think not that I have come to destroy the law. You understand? Now he's going to break. He didn't let you know what the bottom line is, that the law is not done away with. That's the bottom line. Now he's finna break it down for you. Keep reading.
Or the prophets.
Or the prophets. You know what that means? Isaiah, Jeremiah, the Psalms, Song of Solomon. Don't you know prophets wrote the Bible?
Right, come.
You see what I'm saying? He didn't come to destroy the law. He didn't come to destroy what else Moses taught. He didn't come to destroy anything Zechariah taught. He didn't come to destroy anything Obadiah taught. He sure didn't come to mess with Jeremiah 23. That's a good one to run to your people in the Christian church and show them Jeremiah 23, what's going to happen to them preachers that's been teaching them lies in the Christian church, all right? Just put that on the side, Jeremiah 23, all right? You say, think not that I've come to destroy the law or the prophets. So the law and the prophets, what the prophet said, are still in full effect at this time. Read.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
He said, I didn't come to destroy, but to fulfill. Let's see how we can understand that. What in the world is Yahweh Shai, our king, is talking about? All righty. Say you drive a car. All right. And you happen to be in Germany back in the day, in the 70s. You happen to be in Germany in the 70s and the 80s. They got a roadway over there called the Autobahn. You understand? It's called the Autobahn. It's a freeway. And the one special thing about this freeway, it has no speed limit. You go as fast as traffic lets you go or your car can carry you. And say you spent a couple of years in Germany because you was in the military, and you come back here to Michigan, and you get out there on I-75, I-94, I-96. Guess what it is not? It is not the Autobahn. You get out there if you want to and go faster than 75 miles an hour in the places where they allow it, or faster than 55 miles an hour, where that is the speed limit, and the police see you, or he tracks you with his radar, or get behind you and track you, then you know you're going to get a speeding ticket.
Right.
You understand? Now, you come back, scenario 2, you come back from Germany, you know about the Autobahn, but you know about the speed limits here in America. And so you get on 75, you get on 94, you get on I-96, and you drive within the speed limit. You have, at that point in time, fulfilled the law. Now let me bust another Christian teaching. Well, because Christ fulfilled the law, that means we don't have to. Okay. I know that's what Christians teach. I know that's what Christians teach.
That is terrible what they teach.
And we're going to see how much sense that made. We're going to see how much sense that made. We're going to get to you, Barak. Yeah, I'm going to get to you. I see you. So you got one person, two person, a whole lot of people driving up and down I-75 within the speed limit of the law. Because they fulfill the law, let me ask you a question. Can you now is the law done away with? The speed limit. Okay, it says 75 in certain spaces, right? So because they're doing 75, the first 2,000 people in front of you doing 75, does that do away with the speed limit once they do it? Or do you have to follow the same speed limit when you come along?
Yeah, right, sir.
You see that? Jesus say, I come not to destroy, but to fulfill. So because he fulfilled it, you know what that really means? That means he just obeyed the law. He kept the law. I'm going to throw something else at you too before the sober with. For all those people, brothers, sisters, for all those people who try to teach you that the law is done away with, I'm going to show you that according to the Bible, they don't love God.
They don't. They don't.
They don't love the Most High. They don't love Yahweh Shai. They don't love Jesus. And they don't love the law. That's the only reason they're saying that. So if logically keeping the speed limit is not a license for you to now speed, likewise, Yahweh Shai fulfilling the law or keeping the law is not a license for me to break the law. You understand? Okay, let's keep reading.
Verse 18. For verily I say unto you,
verily I say unto you,
till heaven and earth pass, not one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
Okay, he's giving us a criteria here. Before the law, or even the smallest parts of the law will cease to exist. There's some things that has to happen. Start again, read that again.
For verily,
he said, verily I say unto you, go ahead.
I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass.
Stop. Let's look at that. When you think about heaven, what do? You look up and you see a blue sky, sometimes a cloudy sky, sometimes a rainy sky. If it's clear at night, you see the stars. You are looking up into heaven, right? We're looking up into heaven because you can see the sky. And every time you get out your bed, your feet is planted on what? I don't care if you up in a 10-story apartment building, you on solid ground. You see what I'm saying? So he said, read that again.
For verily, I say unto you.
Now, the word verily in this sense, context means truly. You see what I'm saying? I'm not lying. That's truly, right. I say unto you. You can take it to the bank. Go ahead.
Till heaven and earth pass.
If you look up and you can still see the sky. If you look up and you see clouds. You look up, you can see the sun. You look up, you can see the stars. Read.
Not one
back up.
Till heaven and earth pass.
And earth, if you stand up, when you get up and stand up, you got solid ground up under your feet.
Right.
You got solid ground. The heaven ain't with nowhere. I'm looking right out the window right now, up and down grass, watching all these cars pass by on this roadway, which let me know the earth is still in place. Read.
One jot or one tittle.
That's one dot of an I or one cross of a T. That's how small it means. One dot, the dot that's over an I, or the cross that makes a T, right? Not a part of the law that minute. Go ahead.
Shall in no wise pass from the law.
In other words, nothing has passed from the law. Read.
Till all be fulfilled.
Now that gonna lead into what the brother really want to talk to y'all about. But we letting you know, all has not been fulfilled yet. So the law is still in effect. As long as I can stand up and stomp, I know the ground is under my feet. I can look up and see the sky, see the sun, the moon. I see the clouds. I know the sky is still over my head. The heavens are still in place. The law, according to Jesus, has not passed away. Now, get me 1 John. Yeah, we're going to run it straight down. Barak Yah, I know you got this because you had to pass the test too. That's why you got all that right. 1 John 2, start at verse 3. Write these down now. If you don't have them, all the scriptures I'm going over is you can put it under the title, Christ didn't or did not do away with the law. Read what you got.
This is 1 John, 2nd chapter,
Mhm.
3rd verse.
Watch this.
It says, and hereby we do know.
And hereby we do know, this what he said here is that if you want to know, this is how we know. Based on what he's about to say in the scriptures, this is how we know what?
That we know him.
That we know him.
If we keep his commandments.
Keep reading.
If I just
go ahead.
Quick,
go ahead, jump in.
And this is the proof, man, that Christianity does not know the Lord, man. They don't know him. Because we read right here, it says, if you know him, you're going to know to keep his commandments.
Slice.
So if you ain't keeping his commandments, you don't know him.
That's right.
You know nothing about him. Because he is not with you.
Let me help you out. If you got a woman that's the pastor of your church, you don't know the Lord. If you got a woman that is the assistant pastor of your church, you don't know the Most High. You don't know him. Read that again.
And hereby.
And hereby, meaning, here's the reason. Go ahead.
We do know that we know him.
Here, look here. Here's the reason why we know the Most High.
Here's the proof that we know the Lord.
The proof of it.
Damn right. Son.
Understand? Now, Christian church, I want you to listen. Greater Grace, I want you to listen. Joy Road Missionary Baptist, I want you to listen. Who else some big churches around here? Wayne T. Jackson, that is. I want your church to listen to.
Solomon's Temple.
Solomon's Temple. I want you to listen. Listen. What the Bible says. Here's how we know that we know the Most High. And guess what? Likewise, the same way we know that we know him is the same way we know and everybody else know that you don't. Read.
And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
Let me tell you something. That's one of the biggest words in the Bible.
Damn right.
IF. Yeah. If. This word is so big that if you run all the way back to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and you go to the first verse, it says, if you hearken unto the words that Moses gave to you, I'm paraphrasing. And then you jump down to verse 15. It said, but if you do not keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and I'm paraphrasing, if. See, it's set up. It's a setup to give you a choice.
Yeah, right.
You got a choice. If you keep the law, I'm gonna make you the greatest people on the face of the earth over all the people on the earth. But if you don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, all these, what they call them, curses. So gonna rain down on you and they're gonna destroy you. So we read here in 1 John, if, read.
Verse 4. He that saith.
Back up.
Oh, if we keep his commandments.
If we keep his commandments, that's how we know that we know him. Now watch this. He's finna break it down. Y'all say in the Christian church, the law is done away with.
All right.
That's the commandments. That's the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High found in the Bible. Read.
Verse 4. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
Somebody don't believe in the law, they are what?
A liar.
If they say they know God and they still boys sleeping with boys,
A liar.
if they say they know the Most High and you got a female leading your church congregation,
A liar.
read it again.
He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar.
Is a liar. So what you do when your mama, your daddy, when your grandpa, your grandma, when your brothers and sisters, they come to you talking about the law is done away with. They don't have to keep the law because Christ died. What do you call them?
A liar.
You just tell them you're lying. You just simply tell them, I know what you believe, but you are lying. And then you show them the scriptures. Keep reading.
And the truth is not in him.
Ain't no truth in them nowhere. You can't believe nothing they say. I know. My people, my family, especially on my white side, right? They hate to get in a conversation because I'm going to tell them they are a liar. I'm going to tell them that their pastor lied to them, that their pastor lied to them and set them up. Oh, Martin King would not lie to us. Oh, Jamal Bryant would not lie to us. Oh, T.D. Jakes would not lie to us. Man, get me Jeremiah 23. Give me Jeremiah 23. Jump over there real quick. Because everybody I just named, right, have some bit of famous hood. They famous in some kind of way. But you know what they are? They're just famous liars. You know where I want to go, right? Yeah. All right. Jeremiah 23. Tell them where you're at.
Jeremiah 23, verse 1.
This is for you and your pastors. This is what the Most High think about Christian pastors. Read.
Woe be unto the pastor.
Stop. Now, I'm going to let the brother break down. Go ahead and break down that first part right there. Woe be unto the pastor.
Woe be unto the pastors. First of all, that woe is destruction.
The what?
The woe is destruction.
Is death part of destruction?
Death is definitely part of destruction. Unaliving is definitely part of destruction.
I'm not. They're going to have to get me. Look. I ain't trying to get Captain Haddad in trouble, but they on my last nerve with this politically correct stuff.
God.
Y'all haven't censored Elon Musk or Donald Trump, but you want to censor the Israelites, okay?
Right.
Okay.
Because we telling the truth.
Just because we telling the truth. You understand? Woe means destruction. What is destruction? Death. What is destruction? AIDS. What is destruction? High blood pressure, heart attacks, other physical deformities. Read from the top.
Woe be unto the pastor.
This is what's going to happen to your pastors. The Most High had already said in the Bible, where we at? Jeremiah what?
23 and 1.
The Most High. This is the prophet of the Most High that's writing this as he gets it from the Most High. Jeremiah, the book of Jeremiah, he said, destruction, death be to your pastor. You know, it's very few places in the Bible that even mention the word pastor.
All right.
But Jeremiah don't hold it back here. So he must be talking specifically to our day.
All right.
And these people that run the things they call churches, because they not called anything else. No, I go throughout history before Christianity come along. I don't see a pastor nowhere.
All right.
Do you? I don't see a pastor nowhere. This was written before Christianity came to be.
All right.
So how in the world would he know it was the pastors? Now, he told them they're going to be destroyed. Death's going to come to them. Why?
God.
Why? Why do the Bible say, woe be unto the pastors, destruction be unto the pastors? Read.
That destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
Look at here. So-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans. You are the sheep of the Lord's pasture. You understand that? You are his people. You are special people, a people he picked out for himself. And I'm speaking real in general. I'm speaking in general because I'm speaking to all the people. You have been destroyed. But guess what? It wasn't slavery that destroyed you.
God.
See, when you was in physical slavery, you knew who your enemy was.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? You knew what a traitor looks like. He went that way, boss. You see what I'm saying? You knew what a traitor looked like. You knew who your enemies were. You understand? Why? Because they was hitting you on your back. Well, how did you know he was a traitor? He was telling on you, or he was the one willing the whip, and he was hitting you on your back. You knew, so you weren't destroyed. You weren't destroyed. Keep read that one more time.
Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture.
And they scatter you. Let me show you how they destroy you and scatter you. One, they got you thinking Christianity is a thing. Let that sizzle in your spirit. Salakia, Captain. I had to use it one time. That's a Captain Cesario. That's his line. Let that sizzle. They make you think Christianity is a thing. You know what Christianity is? Nothing.
God.
It's nothing. It's nothing.
If I just may, son.
Help yourself.
Christianity is designed to keep blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans sinning. It keeps you sinning, and the hopes of the oppressor is that to keep us continue to sin, that he can continue to oppress us.
Keep him on top.
Over us. Con, sir.
Okay.
Because as long as we sinning against the Lord, that does what? It keeps the Lord angry with us.
And if he's angry with us, he's going to what?
He's going to keep us, and we're going to continually be punished for our sin.
He's going to continue to be destroyed.
The scripture, I'm going to show you something real quick. The scriptures say, do not make whores out of daughters of Zion. What the Christian church teach to our women? You got to go around, get you a boyfriend and then get you another one till you find her. You got to find the right one.
That's right.
And here we teach when you lay with that woman and you lay with that man, that's y'all together. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. It ain't no boyfriend and none of that foolishness.
in that same light, not to make whores out of the daughters of Israel. I don't know when y'all first came up with this, but y'all snuck this in after I was gone out of the Christian church. They snuck this one in. What are these children, particularly these girl children in here, and these effeminate boys, putting on bodysuits for? One-piece bodysuits, and then stand up in front of the church and mime to some Christian song. What the hell?
To some love song to Jesus.
A love song. What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
This is ridiculous.
And you tell people this, put like this. This is why people believe that the law is done away with, because you're doing so much sinning under the direction of the Christian pastor. One, if it's a woman, ain't got no business in there doing nothing. Paul said, I suffer a woman not to teach, nor to usurp the authority of men. The priests and prophets of the Most High are men.
Yeah, right.
Israelite men.
And if I may,
help yourself.
Why would you want your woman on the front line fighting a battle for you?
My goodness.
Why would you do that? I wish my woman would even think about the thought of thinking that she would do something like that for me. She better not even think about the thought of doing something like that. I
understand. I understand.
I don't know. Christian church got us aborting our babies, got our men's in skinny pants and wearing men purses. Like what in the
following women.
Following behind women. You don't
that is the head of the church now.
Y'all don't see how Christianity is destroying us.
Let me show you.
Feminizing the men.
Let me show you.
The shit
go ahead.
That's the stuff y'all want us to follow.
That's the shit y'all want us to follow. See, the brother being nice. That's the shit y'all want us to follow. I know. I mean, Salaki. I take my check. That's my Officer Shawak impression. Salaki. I take my check. That's the garbage y'all want us to follow. And let me show you how you even get in authority in the Christian church. Do you know it's when your men begin to fall? It's when your men, when the Most High start proving your men to be liars, your men church leaders to be liars, then what happened? Then it falls to you women. You think I'm lying? What's that fat boy's church name? Jake's. What's his church name? I don't know. Whatever T.D. Jake's church name is. Understand, he didn't even think about giving up the authority over the church, right? Until P. Diddy came. Until P. Diddy got arrested. Jake's wasn't going nowhere. Even before he got away, Jake's must have felt it coming because he gave that sermon, have you ever been swallowed?
Good night.
Man, that's terrible.
He couldn't hide.
He couldn't hide his homosexuality.
He couldn't hide it.
He couldn't hide it.
He couldn't have his alternative lifestyle anymore. He had to come out of
it. His gayism. He couldn't hide it. And so what? Not to the daughter's husband.
Right.
He's not going to relinquish the reins of authority over this group of ignorant people. He called it the potter's house. That's what it's called, the potter's house. He didn't say the potteress house. You see what I'm saying? An actor is a man.
Good night.
And an actress is a woman. A potter is a man. A pottress is a woman. So the potter's house is ran by a potteress, a pottress now, because her husband's lies and all his nonsense has been brought to the forefront of publicity by the Most High. We didn't do it. We ain't nobody from the UPK go down and spy on Diddy and T.D. Jakes and whoever else was in them parties. We didn't do that. The Most High brought that out. And you notice it ain't just T.D. Jakes is just the latest in the line. Who's that used to be big strong fella that was essaying them boys in this church? He did now.
Eddie Long.
Eddie Long. Who did it got y'all beat up and bitten up and shot up with fire hoses and everything while you was trying to visualize his dream? Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Michael King. Y'all know him as Martin Luther King, right?
Freakazoid.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not a nigga tonight. That's what they got him on tape saying when he was with them oppressive women. See, I got it right that time.
He's the first person to have Diddy partners.
He was
The original Diddy partner.
where y'all think Diddy got it from? The Diddy partner. They got it from Key. You see? That's where he got it. You see what I'm saying? The Christian church ain't never taught you to keep the law.
Yeah, I'm right.
And guess what? Instinctively, you knew something was wrong because you did what the one thing that's known about the Christian church that they try to stop, they try to talk you out of it. But boy, it'd be some church hopping going here. You don't like what this preacher says, then go over here and then Carlton Pearson to teach you. Don't like what Carlton Pearson teach you over there with the holiness people, then run over here with the Methodists and this and that. And that's why you got Christianity and 13,000 denominations in America. 13. I mean, you can't even count. You can't even count how many different types of Baptists there is. You know what I'm saying? Jesus gonna put me some wine Baptist missionary church. Come on, man. Come on, man. Just the multiplicity of the names of the denomination should tell you that none of them know what the hell they're talking about. At least they don't know this Bible. That's for sure. They don't know this Bible. Where were we at?
We on verse 2. And all of it, if I just may.
Go ahead.
The biggest thing is, and the reason why a lot of people don't want to accept the fact that we have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments is because they don't want to change. They don't want to, they've been enjoying their sinful, disgusting life, and they have to hold a mirror and realize, I've been wrong. I've been wrong.
Look at here. You just brought up something, if I could.
By all means. By all means, do like this. Huh?
Look at here. I'm old, so I got all this gray. I will say what I feel, because I ain't scared y'all no more. I used to be scared of y'all when I was a young man, because I wanted to get old. I got old and find out shit. I should have been saying this shit a long time ago. I'm going to say what I want to say. And guess what? It's in the Bible. You say the reason they what?
The reason that they don't want to accept the fact that we got to follow the laws is because they don't want to change.
Okay.
They love their disgusting, sinful life.
Wait, and they learned that sinful life how?
From the pastors, from Christianity.
And their environment was what? America. 400 years of America. 400 years you've been here, right? And you tell us to shut up. They tell us to shut up.
That's what they say to us.
You tell us to shut up, get a job. Don't be out here talking about the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Why? Get me where they say we had it better with the flesh pots of Egypt. Give me that. I know y'all. Look, just walk with me. Just ride with me. Because I'm telling you, it all fits together. I hope we covered that for you about the law. The law ain't done away with, okay? That naturally led over to how do you even get taught the fact that the law, who told you the lie that the law was done away with? It was that Christian preacher. You see what I'm saying? It was your Christian preacher that put that in your head. You understand? That's who did it. It was a Christian preacher that put it in your head. That's why you believe the law was done away with. But it has not been done away with. Who is this? Landis, Michael Landis, Salakia, Shalom. Let me go ahead and give some shout out. Barak Yah, Shalom. I'll see you and we're gonna go over to Matthew 22. We ain't gonna let that slip past. Tazarak, we miss you, big bro. We miss you. I know they keeping you. we gonna get some things moving, get you out of that slavery. See, they done joined us. Who was this? I miss Tracy Coleman out of Albany, Georgia. Welcome to the show. And Nashar Gabar and Salak Ya'ala. Make sure you like, share. You find that yet? Okay. See, the brothers say that the reason you even have a problem with keeping the law, following the law, is because you've become so comfortable with the little bitty tokens that you've gotten in this captivity. You've become too comfortable with your captivity. Read what you got.
I think this is the right one. This is Exodus 14 and 12.
This is what book?
Exodus 14 and 12.
The reason I want to point this out, because in the New Testament it say, seek out the old ways.
Right.
Go back and study what happened with your people ahead of time, or in the past times, so you can understand what's going on with you today. Read what you got. No, go ahead. Read.
It says, "Is not this the word that
back up? Go up some.
Go to 11.
Yeah, good. I'm on the full context.
Yeah, this is.
If you start with, if this is not the word, what leads up to that?
And they said unto, this is 11. And they said unto Moses.
All right, there we go. They said unto Moses. This is the people talking to Moses. You understand that? Who is the people? The Israelites. Moses was the leader who led them out of Egypt. Read. And they said. And they said
unto Moses, because there was no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness?
He said, because there was no graves in Egypt. See, they just trying to figure out a way to be mad at Moses and to kill him. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt?
Now, see, what you don't get is that your problem with the ISUPK is that we dare carry you out of Egypt.
Yeah, all right.
We dare carry you. What we're reading here in Exodus, what chapter?
14th chapter.
In the 14th chapter, we're talking about you Negroes, you Hispanics, and you so-called Native Americans. All right? These are the same people. Now, when you look on TV, back when the election was going on, and you saw all them brothers and sisters getting up there talking about the goodness of Trump. You saw all the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans talking about how Trump gonna make it good, right? Mm-hmm. We was telling you then, first of all, you ain't got no business voting. That don't have nothing to do with you. If you're gonna vote to follow Jesus. Vote to follow Yahushua. Vote to follow Commanding General Yohana as he leads this people. That's what you do. And you vote by sitting down in these seats, in these classrooms. Bring your pen and paper and you take notes. That's how you get to do what we do, and we train professionals. You ought to be a trained professional. Don't get mad at us, but because we're going to keep throwing it in your face. Go ahead, pick it up from the top. Read again.
And they said unto Moses.
Talking to Moses, the people, the niggas.
Because there were no graves in Egypt. Mm-hmm. Hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness?
And ain't that how we do? We ain't got nothing else to talk about, so we're going to just think of some arbitrary out the side of our neck because there's no graves in Egypt. Have you brothers out here that die out here because ain't no room for the graves in Egypt? Go ahead. Go ahead.
If I may, sir, just to say something else.
Mm-hmm.
Think about the things that they saw all the plagues in Egypt.
They
saw the Red Sea split.
Uh-huh.
Like, think of all the things that they have seen and still would see. Now, this is how you know these Negroes.
The firstborn is dead now.
Yeah, kind. Think of everything that they done seen.
I'm gonna say it like Egypt. The Christian would say it. Pharaoh's army done got drowned already. Drowned it in the Red Sea. Already dead. They gone.
Only some Negroes could be this.
Only.
This can't be taught by nobody else but Negroes.
Israelites. These are Israelites just like we do today.
Just like we do today, man.
It's the same thing. Well, I remember it took me a minute though when the captains and the generals would say, "Well, we in Egypt again." Shit, we got cars, we got buses, we got planes, trains, and automobiles. What the Egypt again? What did they say?
And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness?
Keep reading.
Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt?
Read.
Verse 12.
So hold up before you go to 12. Y'all don't want to get out of America. Y'all don't want to get out of your slavery, your captivity. Your preacher don't want you out of slavery. Your preacher don't want you out of captivity. That's why he teaches you that the law has been done away with. He wants to keep you in captivity because they're going to keep paying him to be in his position. They're going to make sure he got the Cadillac or the Lexus or what's the car? The Muskmobile. What they call that? What's his car called?
Mustangs?
No, what Elon Musk make?
Tesla.
The Tesla. Yeah, see, I'm behind. I'm talking about Cadillacs and stuff like that.
Oh, no, Cadillac's still good.
They still good? Cadillac
good.
still. Yeah. Brothers say Cadillac's still good. So look, you want your Teslas. You want your energy wall. You know what I'm saying? You want your solar power panels on top of your house. You want to live like white folks. So
that's what they want.
You want to live like, you don't think an NBA player made it until he owns a piece of a team. You know, y'all ain't had no respect for Jordan. Y'all talking all that smack until he bought a piece of a team. The Warriors, I think it was, whoever that was, the Wizards. He bought a piece of a team, and now that was only when he became the GOAT. Everybody else thought they could do something with him until he bought that. CB, you want to live like your oppressor. You want to live like your oppressor. Read.
Right.
Keep reading.
Verse 12. Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians?
Ain't that what y'all telling the you? I told you. Go ahead. I got taught by priests and prophets that's better than me. The general just told y'all better start studying this Bible and looking and seeing and making connections of what's going on today. Captain Haddad just told y'all last night, it's time to start paying attention to what's going on around you, what's happening out here and how it fits you. We just told you that you are them same Negroes, them same Hispanics, them same Native Americans, so-called, that was down in Egypt.
Yeah, right.
Read that part again.
It says, is this not the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone?
And what y'all telling us today? Leave us alone, right?
Leave us alone. God loves everybody.
God loves everybody. Just leave us alone.
Go on somewhere with that Israelite.
Yeah, go. Get out of here. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And then when the fake Israelite group come along wearing purple dresses, you son guns want to follow them.
Man.
Why? Because they so close to Egypt. They so let you sin like in Egypt.
Con.
You see what I'm
That's
saying?
what they do.
They let you sin like it's in Egypt. We tell you, nope, don't marry the oppressor's children. Don't marry your children to their children. Don't do it. Why? The Bible says don't do it.
That's right.
The Most High said don't do it. So you leave that Iranian girl with the Iranians. You understand? You leave that snow bunny in the snow.
Damn right.
Don't bring her to the cookout. You I don't know if you've seen the short that they got with General Muhammad.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. If you see the UPK anywhere in the world having a cookout, don't bring your oppressor, your heathen ass girlfriend to the cookout. Because we're gonna kick her out. We're not gonna let her in, and then we're gonna kick you out for you trying to bring her to the cookout.
Yeah, right.
You understand?
That's exactly what's going on.
And ain't no use in trying to lie on the brother and say, brother so and so said because look, you better be able to prove it. You better have a tape, a recording or something, because that brother's gonna stand up in front of that council and say, no, I did not tell them that. I did not tell them that. You understand?
The brothers know better.
The brothers know better. The sisters know better. Matter of fact,
Damn right.
the sisters in the UPK ain't no joke now. They know the law as well. They know the law as well. Go ahead, pick it up.
Come. That we may serve the Egyptian.
That we may serve the Egyptian. Leave us alone so we may serve these good heathens.
Come, that's what they
right,
say.
because they cooking all the chicken. They got all the gas stations. And well, you got to obey their law. So now you want to be he, she. You want to be a transsexual.
You want to be a they, them.
A they, them.
What the hell?
Y'all, I'm telling y'all done messed up my doggone what's it called? Proverb, not proverb. They.
Just me, sir.
My pronoun game.
Yeah, pronoun
y'all done
game.
messed my whole pronoun game up, right?
Y'all don't think it's, if I just may right quick, sir. Y'all don't think it's something mentally wrong with somebody walking around talking about we, us, them? Like, y'all don't see that's a mental illness?
Now, your oppressor used to have it in his book. It's this book, there's a big book, right? Called, I think it's CSR or something like that. It's a book that says what all the mental illness is, and along around number 5, because they changed it after so long, and it was version 1, version 2, version 3, right? They took out. They had homosexuality was a mental illness.
It's got to be.
According to according to their professional psychologists and psychiatrists, it says something's wrong with that person in the head. You would think something was wrong with your pit bull if he was running around talking about meow.
You know what the hell wrong with this dog?
What the hell? And you be thinking, I need to shoot him. You think I need to get rid of this guy before because he might infect my other dogs. He sure can't breathe. He won't be allowed to breathe. But my point is this: that's how bad their head was. That your oppressor said in his professionals, by his professionals, this is a mental illness. Today, because you elected an African to be the president, now it's not in the book no more. And they've been trying to send people to jail for hate crimes if they say something against the alphabet community. You see what I'm saying? I seen somebody say pride something and something, but there was something crazy about them. I couldn't help but laugh. Talking about June, this is Pride Month, right? You see what I'm saying? This is so-called Pride Month. Oh, they were talking about this. This is, and the biggest Pride celebration is going to be in that little land called Israel, over with the Amalekites over there.
Good.
Amalek. Yeah. It's going to be over there. They don't love the Lord either. They don't know the God either. Go ahead, read what you got.
Slack, it heavy to your point too. Also, about 10 years ago, when you walk in some place and talk about this us and them inside my head, they put you on medication.
Yes, sir.
They say you got multiple personality. What the hell is wrong with you?
Get you going through some shock treatment. Want to know who you listening to?
What's going on with you? And that's accepted today. And you telling me we don't need God's laws?
And it's accepted. I'm gonna show you why they only let it happen over here. Well, they naturally that way, I think. But they let it happen to you. And they got laws against you saying something against it because they know when they can convince you to fall for it, you are going to be so far away from your God that your God will not fight for you.
Yeah, right.
Which as you said earlier, keeps them on top.
How long y'all gonna fall for this foolishness? For it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness.
Think about that. Yo, man, you need to, that's almost one of the things that we have to counsel brothers when they first come into the school. We have to get counsel because we think it's better to go down to our slavery on the Sabbath than to come in and go to camp. Happens so much so that, especially with new brothers, that we have to explain to them and say, brothers, we got letters for you. We got this, we got that, right? Until they get strong enough that they start figuring out ways to get away from their boss on the Sabbath. Because what they think, isn't it better that I go here and get this time and a half? You see, and then I have more money. And then they find out that when they voluntarily go in there and disobey the Sabbath, and they voluntarily go in there, that they can't keep none of that money anyway. Their pockets grow holes. You see what I'm saying? Their pockets grow holes. That's what's really happening. You see what I'm saying? You can't choose. Well, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. The Bible gonna tell you. Go ahead, read. Go ahead.
Verse 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still and see the salvation of the Lord.
All right, we're gonna drop that, but that's what we tell y'all too. It's time. That's what Cap was saying last night. It's time for y'all to stand still, watch, and fear the salvation of the Most High.
Damn right.
Because it's here. You can run, but there ain't no place to hide. You can run, but you can't hide anywhere. Everybody on the face of the earth, check your internet. Everybody on the face of the earth is beefing with somebody. Every third group that's beefing is talking about pulling out the nukes. Look in your neighborhood, you getting gentrified again to let somebody else in. The same, watch this, the same people, right, that they let take over, now they're finding that they are bringing in biological, they're not weapons yet, but biological organisms in that could destroy the whole food crop in America. It is gone to hell.
Quick.
And y'all up here talking, well, we just gonna pray that the Lord calm them down. No, don't calm them down. Come quickly, Lord. Yeah, your house shall come quickly.
Yeah, right.
That's what we say. That means Donald Trump got to show you how much of a fool he can really be.
Yeah, right.
You understand? But this is what we're doing. Isn't it better that we stay in America? Isn't it? It's better than Russia. It's better than France. It's better than if we can just get Donald Trump to calm down and quit this and quit that, then we can be all right. Yeah, as soon as you become slaves again, they talking about, you know what word they had to use? We almost where you want to be. They use the word insurrection.
Mm-hmm.
Insurrection, when they were referring to what happened out in Los Angeles. Insurrection. And they say that is why Donald Trump has brought in the National Guard, and he brought in 700 Marines out in California, because LA is under, that's a city, not a state, is under an insurrection. Let me explain what it is. Now, you think that's an insurrection because he said it. And I'm going to teach y'all to disbelieve anything the public news is trying to tell you, because it's all to keep you blind. They call that an insurrection. And that word has been bandied about a million times in the last 48 hours. Insurrection, 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 insurrection. Do you know you witnessed an insurrection? And then you know those who was found guilty of that insurrection, your president, Donald Trump, has pardoned every last one of them. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the Proud Boys and all them people that ran up into the White House.
Yeah, I'm right.
And that was on January 6th.
That was an insurrection.
That's an insurrection right there. But did they call out the National Guard or the Marines? No. No, they didn't call them out. Somebody even was killed. So far, with all the so-called violence in LA, I haven't heard nothing about nobody getting unalive. But somebody got unalive at the insurrection at the White House on January 6th.
Yeah, right.
And yet every last one of them has been released from prison and told to stand by one more time.
Yeah, right.
When they got released, when they and not just released, got pardoned. Pardoned. But and then you say, oh, he pardoned them. Did you expect that a person convicted of 37 felons that became president was not going to pardon the people that's doing what he want them to do? He want them to cause an insurrection. You see, he want them to give cause. And guess what? I know y'all listening to this Malachite Hinsberg, whatever her little name is, the lady that's leading all these, her organization is an international organization that's leading all these protests. At 1,800, the last count, they plan to have 2,000 individual protests this weekend, Saturday, June 14th, which is Donald Trump's birthday.
All right.
Now, and Donald Trump done told y'all, show your ass up in Washington if you want to. Interfere with this parade if you want to. And you're going to be met with some mighty, mighty, mighty big hurt. Now, you know he's going to have the Proud Boys, and all of them are going to be there anyway.
A bunch of thugs.
He's going to have the KKK there. They're going to be there. He's going to have neo-Nazis there. They can be there, and he's telling you not to show up. Let me get this straight. I'm not telling not one Israelite to go and even be bothered with that mess. Don't be bothered with it. If you're an Israelite, if you're a Black, Hispanic, or Native American in America, just stay the hell away from it. Let them people fight among themselves. That is not our war. Guess what? They weren't protesting 2-3 years ago when they was locking our little children up in cages. When they were splitting up our families 2-3 years ago, they wasn't, and you couldn't find the children. Thousands and thousands of children was ending up in America under foster parents, and you didn't know where their mothers and fathers were, or the mother and father came looking for their children, and you didn't know where the children were. No, this is their fight. This is their fight. It ain't our business. What happened between Israel and Palestinian, that ain't our business. Between Israel and Iran, that's not our business. Between Russia and Ukraine, that's not our business. Between North Korea, China, and South Korea and Japan, that's not our business. They're trying to draw us in. They're trying to draw you in like this has something to do with you. The only thing this stuff that you see going on in America and in the world today has to do with you. You should hear this as a warning to return to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. It's going to be hell to pay this weekend.
Right.
It's going to be hell out there this weekend. Brothers, sisters, travel in groups. Travel in groups. Understand, a lot of your brothers and sisters have been hoodwinked and they've been bamboozled, and they really think this particular war is their business. It's not. Because you're going to be, as far as they're concerned, as far as our oppressor is concerned, when all is settled, you still just going to be a slave.
Yeah, right.
You're still going to be a slave. Understand, this still is about making America great again. And to them, in their eyesight, America will not be great again until you're back under the slave master's whip.
God, that's what they mean when they say that.
That's exactly what they mean.
If you was black, how can you not know that? That's what they mean.
If you think I'm lying, ask the Cubans.
Damn right.
If you think I'm lying, ask the Panamanian fella that came back, or the Jamaican brother that came back, and as soon as he got off the plane from fighting, as soon as he got off the plane in America fighting overseas, right? ICE swooped his ass up. You understand? And here's the dumbest part about it. Guess what? We still got Panamanian, Cubans, Puerto Ricans. Well, Puerto Ricans don't count. Jamaicans, Venezuelans, Mexicans. We still got them joining the United States military in all branches.
And Trump don't even want them there.
Look, and guess what's happening? They are going to deport their own brothers and sisters.
God.
And as soon as their enlistment is up, they're gonna get deported.
They're gonna
get deported too. This devil, you gotta get a little gray in your head and start understanding and really being able to see this devil. Cause see, he talk a lot of shit. Get me that about never trust. Never. You know which one I want. See, y'all young people, y'all think there's something that can be salvaged from these devils who have us in captivity. Y'all think that there's a little bit of good about them somewhere, that only if you can get them not to let dogs come out and bite you, if they can not blow you down in the street with fire hoses, if the police would stop shooting you in the back of the head, if the police would stop tasing your grandmama, you think this will be a better America. But the Bible says never trust. Brother finna pull it up. I'm gonna let you hear it, because I don't want you to think that me and this brother is making this up. Tell them what you got.
Ecclesiasticus 12.
Let me tell you something now. There's a part of the Bible that your church don't even teach.
Yeah, right.
It's called the Apocrypha. You see, that's been taken out of there. But this is still Bible. Read what you got.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thy enemy.
Never what?
Trust thy enemy.
Never what?
Trust thy enemy.
Never what?
Trust thy enemy.
I don't care what he's doing. I don't care. If he's smiling at you, look for the knife.
Yeah, right.
You understand me? Look for the knife, man. If he's telling you how great you're doing on the left side, you better be watching that right hand.
Yeah, right.
If he's telling you how great your son or daughter is doing in their schools, look for the drugs. And the drugs is a lot of it is going to be psychological, that they're trying to feed your baby to turn your baby against you, to turn your baby against himself. We got what they call it, school to prison pipeline been in America, ever since they integrated the schools.
Yeah, right.
Ever since 1968. Matter of fact, ever since 1952, versus the board of Topeka, Brown versus the board of Topeka. Ever since that decision, our schools have been turned into pipelines to prison for our young men. You understand? They came out, oh, sisters, we gonna help you, and because you liberated and everything, and because you got the same problem we got with the man, and the man in the house, he ain't shit, and he ain't that, and you ought not have him in there, and different things like that. And yet, in the 2000s, you could walk in right now, 225, it might still be up there. When they brought you all that liberation, they brought you abortions too, didn't they?
All right.
And you've killed over 41 million of your own babies since Roe versus Wade became law, when they made it legal for you to have abortions. And then when the damn devil, Trump himself, decided to push against abortion, your ass has been brainwashed so much that you want to fight so that you can kill your own baby, so you can unalive your own baby before they're born. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is hell we live in, and your oppressor ain't worth 2 dead flies. See, I didn't cuss. But he ain't worth 2 dead flies on the pile of shit.
Genocide against your own self.
You genociding your own self.
Good night.
You understand? No, we think that everything come on TV and everything is for your entertainment. No, they are messing with your head so bad that you go down to the clinic and say, kill my baby, and it's okay if you sell the parts. I don't even care. Just get rid of this baby. And just because you're going to sell the little heart, the little brain, the little lung, the little eye, all this stuff that's developed in that baby, and you're going to make $5 million off of this dead baby that I just allowed you to unalive inside of me. I don't care. That's how messed up your brain is. You see why? This is why we have to go into the wilderness.
Damn right.
This is why. This is why. In my house, right, I tell her, until you can think of being nothing but an Israelite, don't talk to me about trying to get me right on nothing when it comes to the Bible, because I'm going to slice you like a Ginsu knife.
All right.
Because everything you know, if you didn't learn it from the ISUPK, everything you know, if you didn't learn it at the feet of these priests and prophets, you think just like your oppressor.
God.
You think like an American. You live like an American. You sin like an American. Everything you do is Americanized. You understand? Everything you do is Americanized. How many scriptures we didn't hit tonight so far? At least 5 or 6, right? You don't do none of this. You don't believe none of this. And let me show you why it is so important. He just told you, trust not your oppressor. That means don't look at them, don't look to them, don't listen to them for nothing that amounts to anything. You know who you want to look to and listen to? Commander Joe Yohana and the priests and prophets he's raised up.
Yeah, right.
If you're listening to anything or anybody else, or, well, what about the other Israelite groups? We are not associated with any other Israelite group in the world.
What other Israelite groups? That's Christian groups.
Those are Christians. That's why you can go to them purple faggots. You can go to them and Salakia. Oh, I can't say faggots. Okay, Salakia, YouTube. Go to those purple monsters, right? And you can unalive a sister.
I think queer is okay. I think you can say queer.
I can say queer. Okay.
You can say queer.
You can unalive a sister. Because you don't like her. Or matter of fact, you can invite a Canaanite in, a Hamite in, allow him to unalive a sister, an Israelite, and then turn around and because the brothers don't take no action, those brothers are allowed to marry an Edomite. And they can come to their picnic.
And Passover.
And they Passover. And I don't even call what they
it's
do.
Just dinner. It really is.
Today
just
dinner.
gathering for dinner.
Yeah,
anyway.
I don't call that no Passover. You see, because they're going to pay for all that. I shouldn't expect anything less from them purple punks because I can just say punk, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe so.
Because their leader is an ex-police officer who made his bones lying to incarcerate Israelite men. Was it 3 or 5 of them?
It was 3 of them on that last case.
Okay.
Just on the last one.
Oh,
But it was more prior to that.
Yeah. These are the ones that made the news. Had them in jail for so many years. Turned out that they were innocent the whole time.
And he knew it.
And he knew it from the beginning that they were innocent. That they were innocent. Ain't that right, Nasty Nate? You knew them boys was innocent. And you helped send them to jail anyway for something they didn't do. And now you're running a religious group. You see what I'm saying?
And
go ahead.
The people that's police is up under him in his group, they beating the hell out of black folks too.
You understand? You see that? It's people that are policemen in his group that propagate what your oppressor do to you. They there to watch this. Nate and them there. What they told you? He told you. Them purple punks told you. Their leader told you. If you come around, if we come in your town and you got a warrant, we gonna call the police.
Call the police on you.
And you saw them when they was attacked our brothers. They outnumbered our brothers and attacked them. They won't do that again. They hold you down till the police get there.
Lay on your butt.
They lay on your butt.
That's what they do.
Yeah, they do some Jamal Bryant shit. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So you got to be aware that your only hope is to listen to the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Everybody else has a selfish agenda, and their agenda, all they have to do is contribute to keeping you oppressed.
Okay.
They're not trying to free you. They're not trying to free you. How can you allow Hamites in your organization when Yahushua say, "What I got is for the lost sheep of Israel"?
Okay.
I come not but for the lost sheep of Israel.
Okay.
That's you, black man, black woman, Native American man, Native American woman. That's you, Latino man, Latina woman. You know, that's you.
People on the planet. I don't know. Bone-eating African.
You understand? Let a cow piss on his head so he can have orange hair. What the hell?
What kind of stuff is that?
Yeah, what kind of doo-doo is that? You see what I'm saying? Now, we keep saying that all these people, we say there's a great conspiracy. I shouldn't use that word. Well, that's what it's going to sound like. It's going to sound like we're saying there's a great conspiracy by other folks, including your own, to keep you in captivity. Now, that means the other folks will have to know who you are and who your champion is, who your God is, who your power is. Where did you go to?
Oh, I'm still in Ecclesiastes.
Oh, okay. You can jump on over to Judas now. Judas 5. Yeah. Yeah. See, we're trying to let you know why this stuff seems crazy. Because this is not a game. This is no joke. This is no joke. I'm here to tell you, why you're here to tell you, right, that all these other people know who you are.
Yeah, right.
They know what's happening to you, what's been happening to you, and they know why.
Yeah, right.
And they know why.
And what you're saying is absolutely right. If I just may, right quick, sir.
Go ahead.
Like I said that last week, when we walk into the gas station and they see us with our shields on and our shirts, and when they see we say we Israelites, they say, "Hey, yeah, they waking up. They starting to wake up now. They start. That's what the Arabs say to us, not other brothers, the other nations, will show you
The other nations.
they know who we are the whole time.
They've been known.
They've been known.
Oh, I might well bring that up back to the conversation we was having. The Arabs, they walk gingerly around us because they know we remember that they orchestrated and carried out the sub-Saharan trade slave. You see what I'm saying? That's where our people that was on the slave blocks in Africa found themselves on a walking trek from Africa, Central to North Africa, over back into the Middle East to become slaves. The people that got weak were killed on the way, just like the Trail of Tears. Now, here's a twist. The men that made it there, if they wanted to live, they had to agree to castration, which means they could not produce any more babies.
Right.
The women were put into harems as slave women, and they were forced to have babies for the Arab man. That's the history of the sub-Saharan slave trade. You understand? That's the history. So the Arabs know already who they're dealing with. They knew when we told y'all quit aborting your babies, they said we in trouble.
Right.
They said we in trouble. When we told you abortion is wrong, don't abort your baby. Well, me and Jamal ain't together anymore. Who gives a damn?
God.
If you don't want the baby, have the baby, bring it to the UPK, any place USA. You understand? Any place of America, ISUPK, any place America. If you got children, black children, Hispanic children, or Native American children, you don't want, call Commander Joe Yohanan. Those children have a home, whether you love them or not, whether you want them or not.
I'm right.
They have a home, a safe home. You understand? They have a safe home.
You ain't got to worry about nothing happening.
And nobody's gonna put you on child support.
You got soldiers all over that lose their life for them kids. You ain't never got. They're gonna be super.
And before they lose their life, they're gonna take a lot of other lives.
Right.
You can't mess with the UPK. And here's why we feel so confident, because we keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Now there's other people that know this relationship. You understand? They know that this relationship. Keep the law, and you become the greatest people on the face of the earth. Disobey the law, you become the lowest people on the face of the earth. Judas 5, beginning at verse 19, I believe it is.
Come on. But now they are returned to their God.
Okay, let's back up, son. I want to give you get it in context. Find me the part in there where it began. You know who these people are up on the hill. Or where the boss asks, who are these people up on this hill? No, go up 3 verses. Go up 3 verses. What does it say right there?
It says, whilst they sin not before their God.
Go up 3 more verses. Let me show you how we find this. What you got?
Brought them up to Mount Sinai. And Cadus and Barnus, and cast forth all that dwelt in the wilderness.
What's the next verse after that?
So after that, so they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed.
Start right there.
Kind of. This is Judah 5 and 15. So they dwelt in the land of the Amorites, and they destroyed by their strength all of them. Esbon, and passing over Jordan, they possessed all the hill country.
You see this? These are the Israelites who are obeying the law, statute, commandment. And they destroyed everybody and everything that was in their sight. And now we see them living in the what? Hill country. Read.
Verse 16. And they cast forth before them the Canaanites and the Perizzites, the Jebusites and the Skidamites, and all the Gargagangs.
Okay.
I butchered about 4 of them names.
That's all right.
And they dwelt in that country many days.
And they dwelled in that country many days. They up in the hills, and anything that was up in the hills that fought against them, they destroyed. And then nobody want to come messing with them, so they was up in here doing their thing. Read.
All right. Verse 17. And whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered.
Stop. Let me see this for 1 second.
Yes, sir.
Read 5 and 1.
Okay.
I want you to have the whole backstory of this.
This is Judah chapter 5, verse 1. Then was it declared to Holofernes, the chief captain of the armies of Asher.
This is the chief armies of Asher. Go ahead.
That the children of Israel had prepared for war.
That the children of Israel had prepared for war. They up in the hill. Keep reading.
And had set up the passages of the hill country. And had forfeited all the tops of the high hills. And had laid implements in the campaign countries.
In other words, they went up into the hills, and throughout there they booby trapped the ways up the hill. Right. They was booby trapped, so nobody could get up there, and they was preparing for war against these people. Keep reading.
Okay. Wherewith he was very angry and called all the princes of Moab.
I want you to listen. Holofernes, this great general, he called the princes of Moab, the Moabites. Who are the Moabites today? Ain't them the Japanese? The so-called Japanese? You see what I'm saying? The Moabites. He called all the princes of Moab. Go ahead.
And the captains of Ammon.
And
all the governors of the seacoast.
You understand? Watch this. This is a multinational war force. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And he said unto them, tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is that dwelleth in the hill country.
Who them niggas up on that hill?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Who are these people up in this hill country? This is a heathen war general. He bringing in lower ranking, but other heathen war generals. A multi-heathenal, multinational war council. Go ahead and read.
And what are the cities that they inhabit?
You see that? You don't know where they at. If they in LA, if they in Chicago, let me tell you something. Trump got the same type of council. Is they in Detroit? Is they in New York? What he say? And what are the what?
What are the cities that they inhabit?
Read.
And what is the multitude of their army?
How big are they? How many of these niggas left? Okay, what we gonna do? We're gonna go after the Latinos first. We're gonna get them first. And they going after our brothers too. You know, we done already struck down the Native American. We already struck him down. He ain't got no power. Now we're going after the Latinos. Ain't nothing left but us Negroes after that. Of so-called Negroes after that.
All right.
Keep reading.
And where is their power and strength?
Where is their power? They got any bombs? What, they got any bunkers somewhere? What they got down in them damn basements of theirs? That's what they want to know. Where is their power and strength? And right now, Trump and his unholy clan don't think we have any power. But keep reading.
And what king is set over them?
Who's set over them? Who running them? Who running them? Keep reading.
Or captain of their army.
Or captain of their army. He want to know who. Right now, you better believe, if the leaders of this country were not concerned and worried about Commandant General Yohana and the Isupk, we would not be listed by the Southern Poverty Law Center as a hate group.
Damn right.
Now, you do know that the purple punks, almost call them the F word again. The purple punks, they not listed in there. They swear up and down they're just as much Israelites as we are, but they're not listed. And so you know they must be working for the man.
Damn right.
See what I'm saying? They're working for the man. Understand? Just like there was Israelites working for the man when Yahweh walked the face of the earth. That's why Judas was so able to what? What did Judas do to him? He betrayed him with a kiss.
Damn right.
Keep reading.
4. Verse 4. And why have they determined not to come and meet me?
You see this under Commander General Yohana, rest of the world is wondering what the hell wrong with us, and why are we determined to keep the law, statute, commandments of the Most High and stay the hell out of America's business, stay the hell out of England business, stay the hell out of France's business. Go ahead.
Why we not? They be wondering. I get this. This is a question I get. Why we ain't out there marching?
Yeah, why we not marching?
Why we not marching? I don't see y'all marching.
Yeah, that ain't our business.
What are we marching?
For what?
What has marching ever done?
For what? They figure had 1,800, close to 2,000 damn protests this weekend. And we ain't marching the damn one of them. You understand? And Salakia, if I'm wrong, then the word is going to come down from Commander General Yohana through my camp leader. And they might bring it all the way down just to keep it protocol, all the way down to Officer of 5,000 Kazak to say, tell them 2 clowns we want to see them. Because they talking about we ain't marching. And we are not marching. We are not marching to protest nothing that Trump is doing. What? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was about to say, we don't do photo ops in here.
No, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
We don't do that. Ain't no pictures just to look pretty.
Just to look good and all. We don't do that.
No. Keep reading.
Kind of, sir. Verse 5. No, it's like more than all the inhabitants of the West.
Oh, back up a little bit. Let me get that full context.
It says, and why have they determined not to come and meet me more than all the inhabitants of the West?
You see that? Everybody that they even got judges, they done arrested politicians. They got judges scared. You know, it was the one of the Supreme Courts that said it's okay for Trump to call out the National Guard, even though the governor don't want it. So you see, he's bending his Hitlerism is causing everybody to start bending towards his will, not the UPK, not the UPK, not the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. We will not bend. We are not going to bend. We're going to still keep teaching these laws, statute, commandments of the Most High God. You understand? What is it that make them don't want to come visit? Because we don't give a damn about you. We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn about Israel. We don't the Israelis. We don't give a damn about the Gazans, whoever them they call, the Palestinians. What happened over in Qatar. I don't give a damn. That damn plane they gave Trump. We don't give a damn about none of that. Go ahead, read.
Verse 5. Then said Akar, the captain of all the sons of Ammon, let my Lord now hear a word from the mouth of thy servant.
Now watch this. Now you finna find out the truth. Why so much stuff come at you that look good? You see what I'm saying? And it's all coming from your oppressor. And they've tricked your preachers. And they lied to your preachers. And they tricking your women. And they tricking your children when they get to educate them. Listen to what this heathen says about us. Read.
And I will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people.
This man, he said he's going to declare to Holofernes the truth about them Israelites up on that hill, about us up on this hill called the Isupk. Read.
Which dwelleth near thee.
And we stay close to him now. Understand. Go ahead.
And inhabiteth the hill countries.
That's right.
And there shall no lies come out of the mouth of thy servant.
He said, I'm going to tell you the absolute truth. Look at here. Write this down. Tell them what book you in again?
Judah, chapter 5.
Okay. Write that down and go read it for yourself. Keep reading.
This people are descendants of the Chaldeans.
These people are the descendants of the Chaldeans. And isn't that where Abraham came from? Ur of the Chaldeans. Keep reading.
And they sojourned heretofore into Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia. That's right.
Y'all know what I mean.
and what heretofore mean, they sojourn up until now. You understand? Heretofore mean in past times and up until now, they sojourn in Mesopotamia. Go ahead.
Because they would not follow the gods of their father.
They would not follow the gods of Ur. They would not follow the gods of the Chaldeans. They would not follow the gods of the Middle Eastern man. Go ahead.
Which were in the land of Chaldea.
Oh, I jumped the gun, but go ahead.
Verse 8. For they left the way of their ancestors.
They left the way of the Chaldean.
And worshiped the God of heaven.
And worshiped the God of heaven. Read.
The God whom they knew.
The God who we knew.
So they cast them out from the face of. So they cast them out from the face of their gods.
And now you know why the Arabs don't like you. He was cast out a long time ago. That was Abraham when he left his father's house. Go ahead.
And they fled into Mesopotamia.
Mesopotamia.
And they sojourned there many days.
All right, read.
Then their God commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned.
Okay.
And to go into Canaan.
Okay, and go into the land of Canaan. Now we're gonna skip past some of that and get back to the meat. So you see, here is a heathen that knows our history. This one, he's talking about it very accurately. Very accurately. Okay, let's get to the end of it because we done past 9 o'clock. We done past our time.
Go straight to 20.
Go 19. Pick it back up at 19.
But
read the whole thing, y'all. Read the whole thing.
It says, but now are they returned to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered.
Okay, we got scattered. He talked about that. Now we return to our God and come up from those places. Read.
And have possessed Jerusalem.
And now we possess Jerusalem. Go ahead.
Where their sanctuary is.
Right. Keep reading.
And are seated in the hill country. Where it was desolate.
It was desolate.
Now therefore, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor.
Here come the secret. Here come the secret. Think about this. You got the history, and told you about the history, who we are and everything. And you got the UPK today telling you who you are.
Right.
Now this heathen is finna reveal some secrets about us. Go ahead, read.
If there be any error.
If there be any error.
Against this people.
Against the so-called black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native Americans, if there be any error, Mr. Trump, if there be any error, go ahead.
And they sin against their God.
And they what?
Sin against their God.
But the brother said the law is done away with. And they do what?
Sin against their God.
And sin is transgression of the law or disobeying the law. If they do what?
Sin against their God.
Read.
Let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
This shall be what?
Their ruin.
Sin shall be what?
Their ruin.
Sin shall be what?
Their ruin.
Disobeying the law, statute, commandments of the Most High shall be their what?
Their ruin.
They knew this way back then. You understand? If you're asking me the question, oh, are you telling us if we just simply start obeying the law, statute, and commandments that the Most High is going to start taking care of us better? You got it.
Yes, that's exactly what
I'm saying. You say, I'm glad you jumped in. You damn right. You right. That's exactly what we're saying. Read.
Count, sir. And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
And if they sin it, then let's go up and overcome them. We can beat them every time.
Yeah, right.
Do you thought there was nothing to this every time you tried to help yourself in this in this captivity, that nothing has worked to free you? We can go back to Deuteronomy 28 and say, and no man shall buy you.
God.
He told you that then. Now we coming up here to Judith 5, and we probably around the 20th verse by now. 21st verse, and he said, and we shall overcome them. Why? Because they sin against their God. Read.
Verse 21. But if there be no iniquity.
If what?
If there be no iniquity.
What?
No iniquity.
He said, but if there be no sin. Read.
In their nation.
In the nation. That's the whole peoples. Read.
Let my Lord now pass by.
Said, pass by them niggas. Leave them niggas alone.
Right.
Read.
It's like, least their Lord defend them.
Or if you don't, their God is going to defend them.
Yeah, I'm right.
This is why we won't move. This is why this brother next to me is the way he is. This is why the brothers over us are the way they are, all the way up to Commandant Joan Johanna. If you thought you were going to scare us with a National Guard or something like that, let me explain something. We've learned too much so that we understand your National Guard don't have nothing to do with us. But we will say this before we close out. You brothers and sisters that's in the National Guard, that's in this heathen's military, you don't belong there. You don't need to be turning guns on your own people.
I'm right.
The Most High don't like that. Wherever you are, whatever base you on, find the ISUPK your location. Whether you in America or whether you overseas, find the ISUPK in your location. And if you don't have a physical school there, catch us online. Catch us on YouTube. We're all over the world. You brothers and sisters that's in this man's military, you don't belong there. You belong here with your brothers and sisters. You should not be the nightmare of their misery, but you should be here with us attempting to protect them from that same nightmare. You got anything else to say? You can close them out.
And like brother said was right, man. If you in a zone and you don't have a school, not only should you tune in online, but prepare to put a school and build one in that zone.
Damn right.
Be prepared to build one in that zone, man. Because this truth got to go out everywhere, man. It's so important. So important, man. Y'all concerned with the business of the other nations, and we need to get to our business, man,
Israel,
which is serving the Lord, man.
That's right.
Serving the Lord. You are trying to stop something that the Lord is doing. This place is crumbling because the Lord is doing it.
That's right.
That's why it's doing. The Lord wants this to happen. That's why it's happening, man. You just gotta decide to serve Him, man. But it's like that's all I had to say.
That's it. Remember, we are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, way back in 1969.
Yeah, I'm right.
And today, under Commanding General Yohana, we go throughout the whole world teaching the truth of the Bible to the Lord's people. And that is that the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and the so-called Native Americans, I'm going to say it this way, the so-called African American, the so-called Native American, the so-called Latina American is the lost sheep of Israel.
Damn right. Damn right. Hey, salam. Salam. Yabashim Shabakta to the Akim. Salam. Yabashim Maralata Bashim Yasha to the Aqua.
Shalom, Israel.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're 1 West. They're 1 West. They're 1 West.